What is up, guys? Welcome back to my reaction channel. It's your boy Chris, bringing with another SCP reaction video. And looks like SCP-973 Smokey, the police car. Looks like he has a competition on this one. This time we're gonna be reacting to SCP-745 Headlights by Dr. Bob. It's another SCP that is hunting down in the road. It's like two headlights, something like that. Anyways, this SCP animation. By the way, we've reached 93 subs. Y'all know how it is. Thank y'all for subscribing to my channel. For those who new to my channel who have subscribed, thank y'all for subscribing and watching my videos. And for those who haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button now. Also like the video as well. Hit the bell button for post notifications. With that being said, let's get into the intro.
It's late at night, and you're driving down a desolate stretch of highway somewhere in New Mexico. There's nothing out here except for you, your car, and the road. What you don't know is that you're about to encounter something. Something terrifying. There's no moon, and the sky is pitch black. Your own car is barely lighting up the dark road ahead of you. Just then, you spot something in your rearview mirror. It's a pair of headlights. There's nothing too strange about them, except that they are especially bright. Your eyes are so adjusted to the darkness that you have to look away. When you glance in the mirror again, you see that they're closer. Much closer. They must be going awfully fast.
Holy shit, bro.
You don't know why, but something about the car behind you makes you feel uneasy. There's something off. You speed up a little. Maybe you can keep some distance from them, but the lights keep getting closer. So you speed up a little more. Still, they gain on you, growing bigger and bigger in your rearview mirror. You're getting nervous.
Bro,
they look like they're barreling right towards you. You floor it. The lights are able to keep up easily, though, and now they're right on your tail. No matter how fast you go, they stay right behind you. The lights are so bright and close that they're almost blinding. You're in a full-blown panic. What is going on?
Bro,
now the lights are swerving back and forth behind you.
You gotta get an accident. You know?
You take a sharp turn without indicating, but they follow you without difficulty. You keep your foot smashed down on the accelerator. Your engine is screaming, but they just get closer and closer. They're right on your bumper. The bright white lights burn your eyes so bad that you swat at the rearview mirror to point it down.
There he goes.
You look up just in time to see the deer standing in the middle of the road. You slam on your brakes as hard as you can. Your tires squeal loudly in the night. You brace yourself to both hit the deer and get rear-ended from behind. You stop inches from the deer as something incredible happens. The two headlights seem to split, passing by you on either side of your car.
What?
You and the deer lock eyes for a split second as if you're both thinking, what was that? Before the deer hops away into the night. You don't know what's happening, but you're not going to wait around to find out. You throw the car in reverse and hit the gas before whipping it around 180 degrees. You can't remember how...
Pause. First up, if you're being chased by a car or by whatever the fuck that thing is, you know, don't go looking at like that. Don't go doing that shit. Don't go looking out behind your back. There's a rear view mirror for a reason. All right, use that fucking thing. Don't go looking out like, bro. That's stupid as hell. You get an accident if you do that kind of shit in real life. So focus on the road. Let it be. If it's gonna bump you, just focus on the road. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna pass you, just focus on the road. Just don't go like that, bro. Don't do that shit. Don't go looking behind your back. That is the most stupidest thing you can do.
How far the last town was, but there's no chance you're going in the direction of those lights. You drive as fast as you can, checking your mirror constantly to see if anything is behind you. Nothing. Just darkness. Maybe you're finally safe. No, they're right in front of you. The lights somehow appear out of nowhere, right in front of your car. You turn the wheel hard to avoid a head-on collision, and you go flying off the road, smashing your head against the window as the car goes flipping and rolling and tumbling. The car comes to a stop 100 feet off the road, upside down, with a lone blinking turn signal dimly lighting up the surrounding field. A single headlight approaches the car, but it's not moving like a vehicle. It's moving like an animal. You're concussed from the accident,
Oh,
and
you're
your
dead,
vision is
bro.
starting to fade.
Yeah, you're
The
fucking
last
dead.
thing you see is a second light approaching. The next morning, the local sheriff is investigating the scene of a single car accident. Curiously, there's no body, just a few scraps of clothing and a pair of tennis shoes sitting neatly in the upside-down roof of the car. Strangest, though, are the childlike handprints all over the dirty car door. The sheriff doesn't know what to think. What the sheriff doesn't know is that he has just come upon the aftermath of an SCP-745 attack, a strange and mysterious creature known as
bro? What the
the
fuck?
headlights. SCP-745 is the classification the SCP Foundation has given to a bipedal nocturnal predator whose hunting grounds are an abandoned stretch of highway in northern New Mexico.
Anglerfish.
SCP-745's most distinctive feature by far is its head, the top of which is a bloated sack of translucent skin.
Smiling though.
There are no visible sensory organs present on the head, nor does it appear to have a solid skull, and the creature's brain can be directly seen through the semi-transparent skin, which is covered in a web of bioluminescent organs. These organs are capable of producing a steady output of light that's been measured between 1400 to 3200 lumens, which is the equivalent of bright xenon gas headlights. The entity has been observed to have the ability to change the color of this light, as well as flash it in specific patterns. It is theorized that it engages...
Like I said before, this looks like a walking anglerfish, you know, what is it called again? That dinosaur? A discounted version of raptor, or upgraded version of raptor, bro. This thing look like it's luring the victim, you know, with that headlight thing, with the changing color bullshit.
Engages in this behavior as a way to defend itself, and potentially may also use it as a way to communicate with other members of its species. The rest of SCP-745's body is covered in skin that is a deep, dark, black color that almost seems to absorb light. This quality, when paired with their blindingly bright head protrusion, gives the appearance of a floating point of light in the darkness. Because SCP-745 entities hunt almost exclusively in pairs, with their preferred hunting grounds being remote sections of highway, they are easily mistaken for oncoming or approaching headlights. Two SCP-745 entities are able to move together in perfect synchronicity, running in tandem at speeds up to 180 kilometers per hour. Together, they will target lone vehicles that they spot on the highway, and will begin to chase or run straight towards them, giving the unlucky driver the impression that a fast-moving car is rapidly approaching them. After they near the targeted car, they will attempt to stop it by any means necessary, whether by simply forcing the driver to pull over out of fear, or by running them off the road completely. Once their prey has stopped, crashed, or become otherwise incapacitated, the pair will stop moving together and approach the car separately to directly assault and then consume the vehicle's occupants. Next to no remains are left following an attack, save for a few scraps of clothing in the victim's shoes. Other than the damage sustained during the accident, there is never any other sign of struggle or forced entry, with the only other evidence left at the scene being the childlike handprints from SCP-745's small front paws. Strangely, analysis of SCP-745's genetic structure has revealed that unlike humans, they are not a carbon-based life form, meaning it is unlikely then that they are able to derive any nutrition from the consuming of human flesh. It is theorized then that they may be hunting solely for sport or some other form of perverse enjoyment.
What?
This question remains unanswered, as currently there are no recorded observations of SCP-745 feeding in the wild, as successful attacks have never left any witnesses, and specimens captured by the SCP Foundation refuse to eat it all. No layers, nests, or other refuge of SCP-745 has ever been found, nor has the Foundation located any breeding grounds or young examples of the entity. It's unknown how or if they reproduce, or when they may have first appeared. What is known is that they had established a wide hunting territory across the American Southwest until Foundation teams began a program to thin their numbers in the 1960s. The effort appears to have been successful so far, and all recent sightings of SCP-745 have been limited to a specific stretch of highway in northern New Mexico. SCP-745 has been classified as Euclid, and in order to limit potential exposure to civilians, the Foundation has purchased the land surrounding the highway, with traffic being redirected to other roads. Foundation security teams disguised as highway patrol officers are to remove any trespassers or lost travelers who accidentally find themselves on the dangerous stretch of highway. The security
Well,
teams
at
are
least
also
they're
tasked
making
with
an
attempting to
effort
capture
stop
any
this
instances of SCP-745
right?
that they
Unlike
can,
the smoky
and any recovered
bullshit
creatures,
that they
live
do.
or dead, are to be loaded into Class 3 BCU storage containers and transferred to Site-17 for further study. Containment procedures that are
Okay.
able to preserve living specimens are still being researched, and currently, no examples of SCP-745 have survived for more than a week in captivity. However, seeing as there have been no new sightings
Why,
of
though?
SCP-745 outside of the isolated and monitored stretch of highway, and all reports of phantom lights elsewhere in the country have not pointed to evidence of additional SCP-745 outbreaks, they are considered to be effectively contained. Now go and watch another entry from the files of Dr. Bob, and make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single anomaly
Smoky.
as we delve further
Bro,
and
this is not a
further
contender
into
of
the
Smokey,
SCP
you know.
Foundation's classified.
Yo guys, that is SCP-745 Deadlights, you know. I was wrong, okay? I'm wrong. This is not a contender against Smokey, you know. This thing can die, right? This thing also got fucked up by the SCP by pinning their own numbers, you know, bro, I don't know how they do it, I don't know how they kill it, but it seems to be killable, you know, unlike Smokey. It seems to be, yeah, it can be damaged, but seems to be regenerating, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Also, one thing I noticed though, like, why do the SCP Foundation trying to find where they came from or how they could reproduce? Because they know nothing, absolutely nothing, other than it's not carbon based, other than it's not like carbon based, and it doesn't survive when it's without pair, you know what I'm saying, without a pair. So yeah, my theory is that like it has a portal that it came from where it came from, and crossed our worlds, or suddenly popped up in our world. I don't know, it makes sense like that. Yeah. Anyways, like the video guys, you know, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button for post notifications. If you have any suggestions, comment down below. If you want to see more of my reaction videos, head down to my playlist, and also help me reach 100 subs, you know what I'm saying? With that being said,